Do I hear a motion to adopt the agenda?
Excuse me, sorry.
Do I hear a second?
No, go ahead.
Second.
No,
So moved, okay.
He did it, and I'll second.
Okay. Motion made and second, those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, do I have a motion to adopt the consent agenda?
Go ahead.
I would move to adopt the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Motion made and second, those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Guest speakers, communication informational items. We got our LEC bulletin in there, which we have a meeting Thursday. Over in Klamath for council, and myself and Roberta and Dawn.
And I might, sure.
We might, and then you're going, but not being in the motel. right?
Yeah, no, I will leave in the morning.
Right, and I think Nikki's going, but she'll leave in the morning. So.
Okay. Also, local government based it from the BLM.
So, what this stuff, I haven't really taken a big peek at, because
Right,
I
I
assume
haven't
it's the
got it
same
yet.
stuff that was presented to the board
Yeah,
commissioners
it is,
3 weeks ago. so
yeah. I just thought it was interesting, we should share it, so.
It is interesting.
You have your minutes from the CHIP meeting. Okay. We're going down to department reports. Daryl's not here. Okay. Dennis, you have any more to add to yours?
Nothing further unless you have questions.
Okay.
It's quite a moment.
Scott's not here. Okay. Jeff?
I just had one thing, if you read my report, I put in there about our sewer fiasco that we had up on H Street, that it was gonna be pretty costly, and got some of the bills on that, and it came in quite a bit lower than what I was preparing for the worst and hoping for the best. Looks like it's leaning towards the best. It might end up being a little over half my projected cost for the total repair, so it might have gotten by a little easier than could have been.
And that new truck is working good?
The new truck is great. I
Okay.
just put a little note in there about the well drillers working out at well 6. They made some more progress this week, and they have most of the new casing in place. Now they've gone back to the drill rig to drill the rest of the tailings in the bottom of the hole out. Should be finished, I would think, the end of next week with that part. Then we'll make arrangements to get a new pump put back in the well and get the building built back over it. So get that finished before the bulk of the winter.
Yeah, but I'd just like to say that thanks for the good clean water that I'm seeing coming out.
It's been nice this time of year, huh?
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
What about 8?
We're
You
just
said they're
starting
here.
to
I'm just
experience
wondering.
some aeration from well 8. And it could be an indicator of a couple of different things. It could be a problem with the pump itself. It could be a problem with the water table. We don't have, at this time, a way to check the depth that it's pumping from, but we had to cut back the production on it to keep from pumping aerated water, so we have some type of an issue with that well also. Haven't really put our finger on the cause of it yet, but we're gonna make some steps to do so. Hopefully get well 6 running before we have to do any more work on well 8.
I was just wondering, being they were in town, they would look at that or.
Yeah, it's probably gonna need, it's probably gonna be a pump issue more so than a well issue.
Okay.
So we'll pull the pump out, do a rundown on it, make sure the pump is not the issue.
Okay. Request for speed zone change under old business. Did you, do we have anything coming on that? We have a meeting coming
On
up.
the 20th, we have a meeting with Jared, and also there's one of the supervisors for about, they'll come down and meet with us on the
Good.
20th.
Did you have a report? No, I don't have it in mind.
Oh, your report. I can give you an update.
Okay. Could you-
I have met with the sheriff a couple times now, so we're trying to start working on that proposal, but I'm also trying to get some from other cities to kind of look at too, as we move forward with that contract. And I met with Daryl and Jeff. Jeff and Daryl just finished up and had the annexation for the 9th and M, anyway, the dental office. So they finally got the annexation approved. So we're going to be starting working on Carlin. I've mentioned Bob Carlin a couple times over the past year. He wants to have a street vacated south of town. And we actually have, is it a reinjection well that's on his property? So they're trying to get that all cleaned up. So that's their next focus, is to get that done. So I was on a conference call today with the hospital and their opioid problems and the grant that they're working on. And they were supposed to be here today to give a little presentation, but they're ill, so they will be here at the next meeting. I've been working with Steve Schuback, our labor attorney, working still on Public Works. We just sent it back to the union today, so I think it will be finalized, the union contract for Public Works. We're still working on the fire dispatch contract. And then Chandra was here with RCAC to talk about funding and assistance on doing a water rate study, sewer rate study too. So we met with them, and there's just a brief memo in your packet regarding that conversation. And then I went to the Lake County Economic Opportunity Analysis meeting with the county, and then also was on the Red Rock conference call this week. So they're kind of slowing down for winter, but they're ready to come back full bore come spring still. And there's actually, I didn't send it to you yet, but I don't know if you got it, but a video you can watch,
Yeah,
their
I haven't
progress.
seen it yet, but maybe somebody's over.
Yeah, and it's gonna be really great. I thought maybe
I haven't seen it.
I would ask you if we could add it to our webpage, maybe. You know, show people what's going on. I thought that would be kind of cool, so, yeah. So, that's pretty much the main thing I'm working on. Except audit, we're working on the audit stuff, so getting the reports out.
Yeah. Also, the last thing under old business was the essential training, which I mentioned December 13th, from 7:30 to 4:30 in Klamath. So,
Scott's going, you're going tomorrow night, so.
okay. Sandy, you're going? Okay.
Oh, the following.
Darwin, you're going Thursday morning?
Hopefully.
I'm leaving Thursday morning, and when I talked to Nikki, she was leaving Thursday morning. So,
And then there's a training on the 19th, it's at the fire station. And that is, what is it all on? It's like emergency.
So traffic incident management, it's if you end up taking care of an accident on the highway, how to do it safely, avoid accidents.
And it's from 6 to 10, is that right?
6 to 10, yeah. They're gonna have some stuff on reflective clothing and proper signage, and so it will need to be done at night.
Good.
at 6 p.m.?
6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
emergency.
I was hoping it was 6 AM. I'm the only person.
Well, and if you do, if you're going to go, you need to register, so.
Okay. All right. Now, under new business, we have a resolution number 951. That's Warner Creek inmate agreement. Whereas the town of Lakeview and Oregon Department of Corrections, Warner Creek Corrections Facility needs to enter into an inmate work agreement program. And whereas work order 2019.517.017 will provide grounds maintenance beginning January 1, 2019 through December 31st, 2019. Now therefore be it resolved that the town council of the town of Lakeview as follows. Section 1, the town of Lakeview and the Oregon Department of Corrections of Warner Creek Correctional Facility hereby enter into an inmate work program agreement, work order 2019.517.017, and section 2, the agreement will begin January 2nd, 2019 and be completed no later than December 31st, 2019. Do I hear a motion on this?
Is this similar cost-wise and stuff that we have done in the past? I couldn't remember what because we're at $590 a day for 8 hours and $700 a day for,
Right.
but that gives us 10 workers, right?
Is that by a day, we mean like an 8-hour day, I would assume,
And
and
it's not quite
It's
8
like
hours.
7 hours.
7 hours, I suppose I have to go
Yeah.
back and forth.
Who's the supervisor is one of their men?
Right.
Instead of having to have our people trained or something.
We have taken the training, but I don't know if their format has changed, but myself and a couple of the guys have been through their training about 5 years ago, so I'm not sure that's still current, but.
It could be maybe updated to cover that if
Right.
necessary.
Yeah, we can get a smaller work crew, we can get 2 people without a guard.
Yeah, that's, I think, wasn't it with your training, you can get 2 people,
Yeah.
and it's not a full crew, so we don't have as many people working.
What have you used them for this last
We
year?
used them to clear the willows out of Dead Man's Creek, and we'll probably use them this coming summer for the same project.
Yeah, that's it.
It stayed pretty darn good for 12 years, so we'll hit it again this year and go all the way past our responsible area.
So is each job, you have to notify them ahead, and so it will not be like 5 days a week, 8 hours, 7 hours a day, it will just be as you need them.
Right. Yeah, it's not a set project, it's just in case we do decide to, we'll be prepared for it. And we probably will this year.
Can they use things like the riding lawnmower that they usually use for the parks and things?
It's
You know?
usually, they can use chainsaws, they can use hand tools, they can use a lawnmower. I just don't think it's cost effective to have them do lawn mowing on a regular basis.
So they will not be doing that like it's
Right.
Rockers Park and they'll do.
Right.
I would move we approve resolution number 951 in the matter of work order DSC inmate work order with Warner Creek Correctional Facility in the town of Lakeview.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and second, those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, that's the only thing we have back there on new business. We move down to public comment period. Do we have any public comments?
Wait.
They're not, they'll be held at the, according to this, at the next meeting. I just asked Roberta.
Right.
So that's
They're
taken.
they're not, yeah,
They were
they're not in our
sick
packet.
today. This, Arvid was sick today.
And the water improvement project?
That's
And
in
also-
that process what you have.
Of this.
Right.
Okay. So all that'll come to next week, or the next meeting.
And we, the application for the notice of intent for USDA has been submitted. So we're on track for the funding for that. So we're just moving forward. We should hear something after the first of the year.
Can I ask a question in regards to the water situation? As I commented a while ago, the situation right now is pretty rosy, and it is this time of year usually in regards to the water supply. There are certain times of the month that we go through the same thing year after year. But I would hope in the process of raising the rates as are going to be required, and then I guess subjecting the town of Lakeview to such an exorbitant fee as will be required with the water filtration plant. My suggestion would be to continue to work on improvements with the present water system. And I think that it would be appreciated by the citizens of Lakeview as an end result, because I think there's a good water supply. I think we just need to tap into it, get bigger pumps, bigger wells, whatever the state will allow us to do, and save those monthly fees that are going to go up almost twice as much. And that's something that, you know, it's easy to lambast the town government, and I'm sorry, but I'm fixing my head, might have to be part of the town government, but it's easy to lambast the town government and at the same time not know what's ahead for you as a citizen. And so I would just hope that the council and the citizens continue to work with what we've got in Lakeview and weigh it out as you look at those exorbitant fees that are about to come about from a water filtration plant. And that's it.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, do we have any public comment? Hearing none, we'll move on to mayor and council update. Council, do you have anything?
Do not.
All I am doing is working on the gala, and not very hard at this point, but that'll change here in a couple of weeks, so.
You'll have more time.
That is true. And the gala is, remember, the 19th of January, and we expect to see everybody in their full regalia there. And last year's was so much fun, and people who didn't go still regret it, so let's hope none of you are on that list.
I do want to say something, I think, to thank our two council members who probably this will be their last meeting unless we have some emergency arise between now and the end of the year. But I've worked with both of them for a number of years and really appreciate all the efforts they put into making Lakeview a better place to live, and their contributions when we have meetings, all those things, so thank you. I lied. So thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sharon, you and Mike come up to the table there. Come around. Yes. That's an order from the headquarters.
You want to do this, Sharon?
I'm pretty sure I don't want to do this.
Listen, I'm not in your class.
Oh,
You're in mine.
I'll go back and change your grades. Oh, that's right, they weren't that good.
Wow, that's good to know all the years he was hard on me about my grades.
Actually, he wasn't a bad student.
Okay, this here is thank you for your dedication and service to the town of Lakeview and town council. Sharon Faulkner, 16 years. Mike Warren, 10 years.
Thank you very much.
Mike, you can say some
You can
words.
get a picture afterwards.
Well, I don't know.
I got
if
a couple,
afterwards,
but if they want to stay around, I can get more.
I'd like to say thanks a lot for this, as well
This
as
is lovely.
the rewards of 10 years of service to the community. It's been an ordeal, but it has been a pleasure and enjoyable working with our council members and mayor. So I wish you the best and all of what's ahead. So, thank you very much.
thank you for this. It is quite nice.
And she's been here 16 years, so
Yeah.
Sandy had been here even longer. Yikes.
I know.
I'm back again.
That's what I was asking you the other night.
What, how many years?
Yep, I had to do it in a certain way. And Mikey already said how many years, so I didn't have to worry about that.
Well, yeah, I worked as the liaison when we did the streetscape. And Arlene Clark talked me into running, and then I just never, once she put me in a rut, you know, I'm pretty good at just staying there. So, thank you. It's been a privilege.
And we will have cake after this, and you guys can stay too if you'd like to have some cake with us. So, yeah, it's little.
Okay, do we have anything else, council?
Some people can be sneaky, not just you, Sharon.
We don't have an executive session.
We don't have an executive session here. Then at this time, I'd like to close the council meeting at 4:21.